Uh, no, no, Splats. I am not gonna sing "Burning Soul," but I do have it. I did, dude. The fucking soundtrack that they give you for the collector's edition is the most. It is extensive, bro. It. Hold on a second. They give you so much shit. Let me. Oh, cool. Oh, it didn't show up. Hold up a second. Wait, hold on a second. Huh? Wait a second. What? Okay, for some. Castellabs is not. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, give me a second here. Castellabs is not capturing my fucking YouTube chat. Give me a second here. But yes, the. It's not hooked, is it? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Shit, hold on. It shouldn't be. I changed it to no. Okay, I did. Okay. No, the track list is insane because it's not because normally when you get track lists like this and as part of a like a little feeler, like a bonus for buying the game, it's only things like, oh yeah, here are is it's a compilation of like album releases, or with some other games it's just all of the music in the game, like a kind of like a glorified sound test, right? Like some games will literally just take whatever OGG files or whatever format that is already in the game directory and just sell it to you, right? But Virtua Fighter covers the Virtua Fighter collection. Calling it calling it anniversary really is very apt because the stuff that you get. Okay, for starters, okay, for Virtua Fighter, okay, for Virtua Fighter 1 and 2, you get both the arcade version and the Saturn arranges of the music, and it is like the highest quality rips that that the music ever got. Like Virtua Fighter 1 and 2, I remember, never got uh perfect album releases because the music in the game was had sound effects incorporated in them to make them sound more cool or whatever. Which it's good for a novelty, but when I want to listen to the song, I don't want to hear random hit effects going on in the background, right? It, I think the only song it actually works for is the Chicago theme in Virtua Fighter 2. Like having that song start with gunshots is very apt for the stage and what Chicago kind of was at the time. Uh, let's see here. Did it hook? Okay, cool. It did hook. Vanilla 5R 16. Okay, I will get into that a bit later, Splats, because there are some things that do. For me, the secret file is worth it, and the soundtrack is worth it. Everything else is whatever. It's stuff I don't really care about, or stuff that I will get into later that is prepackaged from uh Final Showdown. Okay, so let's see. So if I do this, it should still work. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so let me pull this up here. Actually, before I do that, before I get into the secret file, I don't even know what is it actually called. Pre-production secret materials. I'm used to calling it the secret file because Capcom had something like that. The Capcom secret file where it would just be a bunch of cool art. I think it was a part of like a fan club that you had to a mail order fan club or something back during Capcom's arcade days. But okay, let's see. What was I looking for? Right. Okay. So before I start, let me make sure I have everything set up properly. Yes, yes, yes. That's set. That's set. That's set. That's not set. Give me a second here. Or actually, you know what? Here, you know what, Splat? Since you're here, do you want me to go? Do you want me to go through the production material first, or do you want me to go through the differences between Virtua Fighter Revo and other earlier versions of VF5 specifically? Although I could not, for some reason, I could not get Virtua Fighter 5R. I could not get my emulation of 5R to work properly. But I do have Vanilla VF5 version C, version D, and I did manage to get an emulated version of Final Showdown working. C and D are kind of version C and D are kind of interchangeable. Oh, well, okay. For the purposes of what I want to show off, they're interchangeable. The big thing about Virtua Fighter 5 version D is that that was the console version of the game that had online play, which is why that one was multi-platform. When Virtua Fighter 5 first came out in 2005, no, the console version came out in 2006. It was PS3 exclusive, and that was Virtua. And if I remember correctly, Virtua Fighter 5 version A was arcade exclusive. Virtua Fighter 5 version B was PS3 exclusive. C. Hold on. No, wait. No, I think it was A was arcade exclusive because version A for arcade, right? B was Japanese PS3 exclusive. C was still PS3 exclusive, but that one was international. And D was international and multi-platform. And the big thing about Virtua Fighter 5 version D is that was the version that had online play, which is why it was which is why it went multi-platform, right? For Virtua Fighter 5 version B and C were PS3 exclusive then. I think I got it. Yeah. And of course all those other versions did get, arcade updates, right? And then Virtua Fighter 5 kind of just slept until the digital version of Final Showdown, which completely skipped 5R and its multiple revisions. And also the version of Virtua Fighter 5R, not 5R, Final Showdown that we got, the international downloadable version, has a lot of cut content from the arcade game. It cuts out a lot of shit from the arcade game. But to be fair, some of that stuff, it's kind of hard to implement. Let's see. Up to you. I'm actually not this. Let me see. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'll start with the secret files then. Let's see here. Not this one. And the pre-production secret materials. Because I did go through this on my own. However, there are a couple of things that are not, well, not, I won't say not shown. It is shown, but there are some things that there are some discrepancies that I want to point out when I get to them. Let's see if I get it right again. No. Well, is it this? No, it's not this one. It's this one. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I mean, Final Showdown's good. I mean, Final Showdown's a really good game. Really cheap, too. Comparatively to... Yeah, the game was $15, and you could get all of the custom stuff for another $15. So for $30, you get a whole ass game. That was a pretty good deal, honestly. Doesn't Revo run on a different... Yes, Revo runs on the Dragon engine, which is used for all of the modern Yakuza games. And part of the reason why I was willing to forgive VF5 Ultimate Showdown, or esports if you're in Japan, is because it was basically Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown completely rebuilt on a new engine, and it cut out a lot of content that was in Final Showdown, But again, entirely new engine. I was willing to cut it some slack. And there is also some slack I'm willing to give for Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, because implementing rollback in a game that was not designed to have it also requires you to basically build the game up from scratch, right? People forget this, right? But Mortal Kombat X, when that game first came out, did not have rollback. It took a year, and this is Warner Brothers money, mind you. It took a full year for rollback to get implemented in that game. Dragon Ball FighterZ did not have rollback. And when the rules announced, it took like a year and a half to get it implemented, right? Implementing rollback in games that don't have native support for it takes a long time. And you have to thoroughly test it to make sure it doesn't fuck up. So, Strive to get rollback? Yes, it did. Strive also did not have rollback when it first started. Probably shouldn't eat on stream. Yeah, I probably should do that on stream. I had corn nuts for the first time the other day. Pretty good. Okay, so let's see here. Right, so the pre-production secret files. I'm also going to be cross-referencing this with cutting room floor over here, because there are a couple of things that I would want to point out when we get to it. But like I said, that's when we get to it. I should probably make this bigger. Can I make this bigger without... No, I can't. Well, maybe... No, I'll have to do that later. I'll have to make a... Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, cutting room floor is great. Cutting room floor, Unseen 64, great stuff. Spiders and sound resources, great stuff. Okay, so pre-production materials. Now, I was hoping that this would cover more. So, for starters, this covers only Virtua Fighter 1. I'm slightly disappointed by that because I thought it would cover Virtua Fighter as a series and not Virtua Fighter 1. But considering how ahead of its time Virtua Fighter 1 was, I can't say I understand the logic behind it. But I do hope that whatever Virtua Fighter 6 comes along, I hope there's this kind of thing for the rest of the VF games. So now double check with the stream. Is this text even readable? Probably not. Let's see. Let me zoom in on this thing. Can I do this? This will work. So here we have generic man, generic white guy in red. Probably Jackie, right? Blonde hair, helmet, singlet. Yeah, that's Jackie. The Kung Fu shoe, that's Jackie. I'm not going to read this because this is not too important, right? Cutting edge at the time, right? This is like, what, 93? I believe 93. Actually, I'm not going to do this on stream. I'll do that later. Yeah, I have to double check. It is 93, right? Yes, October 93. Okay, I had to make sure. I'll keep this upside. I'll keep that on the side. Okay. Right? And we get some early prototype designs here for a little bit further along, loud Jackie Chinese guy. Different Chinese guy. I guess kind of, maybe it's an American guy, right? I don't know. Actually, no, I think this is, I forget his name. I think this guy comes up later. A singlet guy up here gets a bit more detailed. He's got pants now instead of the tights. So maybe he wasn't originally Jackie, but just kind of but they just combined this into that. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because this outfit here Wait, are you capturing? Does this capture my cursor? I need to make sure it's capturing my cursor. That's going to be important. Okay, it does. Oh! There we go. Okay. When I write prototype Jurihan, we'll get to that. Juri, huh? Hmm. 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 We'll get to that. Yeah, so you have my cursor, right? This will become Jackie. This will become Pi. Lau and Jackie over here. Yeah, this outfit here. This is Jackie's 2P outfit in Virtua Fighter 1, right? Instead of wearing red, he's wearing black. And he's got boots on instead of the kung fu shoes. And he's got the, I forget what he has on his hands. Because I know that in Virtua Fighter 1, he has, like, hand wraps. But I think for this one, he's just wearing, like, bracelets or something. Two. So, I'm quite happy that this is the first thing that they brought up is this fucking guy. So, if I remember correctly, this guy is Takeru. But more, this was going to originally be the final boss of Virtua Fighter 1. He was going to be a big, beefy karate man. Very explicitly, he was gonna have karate. I think it's actually listed as his hobby in the old art here. Let's see. But I should have. Oh, hold on a second here. I need to pull up something real quick. I should just have a hot bar just for TFG because I'm gonna be showing off some shit. All right. That's not what I wanted. What the hell? That. Okay, good. Get rid of that. Oh, I can just do that. Nice. So first things first. Character here. But before that, let's see if I go back to. Let's see, we got Jeff, who is not related to Jeffrey McWild, but I'll get to that later. We have Majido, aka Shiba, who you may recognize splats from Fighters Megamix. So this was originally going to be a character in VF1 who may or may not have been the character who may or may not have been replaced by Akira. I forget how that goes. We have Wolf here, literally just Kenshiro, but and we have this guy. I think its name is Takeru. Let me double check here. Shiba, Akira Ryuzaki. Let's see. Willie, getting that later. Tachan. Yeah, Takeru Ryoshi. I should have just right clicked. So, let's get it. This one right here. This guy. So this guy. This guy. Takeru Ryoshi. And if you notice, it has 3 outfits instead of 2. Now, whether or not this is an actually alternate outfit or this was supposed to be like a different character, I'm not entirely sure. For all intents and purposes, though, because they all look similar with the hair and the build, I'm going to assume that these are just alternate outfits. So, Takeru here. Takeru here. Look at this guy. Big guy, shirtless, blue leather pants, gold knee pads? Whatever. Anyway, so take a look at this guy, right? Big buff karate man, spiky hair, right? Shirtless, right? However, if you notice here, notice that in this picture, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, he has a scar on his chest here that's not on this model here, which tells me that this is not a prototype design. I mean, it is a prototype design, but I mean is that the scar was added later because this is his model, his scrap model in the game itself, but it doesn't have it in this render. So the scar was a pretty late addition to his design. Now, come on for a second to run properly. Now, I would like to ask you, can you think of another fighting game character that has a shirtless karate man with a huge scar on his chest? That is a 3D game that was released around the same time. The joke I'm getting at is... Okay, took too long. The joke I'm getting at here is that Takeru is just prototype Kazuya. Because this is probably old hat at this point, but is there a Tekken 1 render here? That's Tekken 2. There is not a Tekken 1 render. Wait, here we go. All this to say that this is pretty old hat at this point, but a lot of people that made Virtua Fighter 1 splintered off from Sega. And some of them voluntarily, some of them not. You know, some of them got headhunted directly by Namco in order to make Tekken. Some of them splintered off and made other games like, you know, Goiken Muyo, or some of them went over to Square, right? Seiichi Ishii is the guy that I always bring up in these cases. Because Seiichi Ishii, who was the designer of Virtua Fighter 1, specifically got headhunted by Namco to make Tekken. And when you look at the rosters of Virtua Fighter 1 and Tekken 1, there are a lot of similarities between the two. Some of them are superficial, but some of them are also follow a train of logic that you could arguably say that a lot of the beginning roster of Tekken are just reused scraps of ideas that were going to be Virtua Fighter characters. And I will point these out when I see them, right? Because there are quite a lot. And some of them have an interesting story where characters or concepts that got their start in Virtua Fighter, or that got their start in Virtua Fighter would become full-fledged characters by the time of Tekken come around, right? There is one very humorous one that I will mention later. So here we have Takeru. We have his cool chest scar that is not in the render, but again, I'm assuming this is of a later, that this is a more recent model than the one that is used for that promotional render. Which also makes me wonder where this came from. Like, I'm sure this was just laying around in some Sega office and this was scanned in. But that makes me wonder, well, in the in-game file in Virtua Fighter 1 where he has the scar on his chest, does that mean that they don't have the original source code for VF1? Which would not surprise me, by the way. There are so many stories of Japanese developers and studios just losing or throwing away source code. So, because it should be mentioned that Virtua Fighter 1 and 3 and Final Tuned and R never got arcade perfect ports, right? There's Virtua Fighter on Saturn, there's Virtua Fighter on PC, right? But it never got a truly arcade perfect port like VF2 did. And the really bad one is Virtua Fighter 3. Virtua Fighter 3 is beloved in Japan. That game still gets played to this day. Virtua Fighter, Revo, and Ultimate Showdown by proxy has made an entirely new soundtrack that is just remixes of the music from Virtua Fighter 3 specifically. Right? You don't do that for a random game. There is deep love for Virtua Fighter 3 specifically in Japan. So the fact that that game never got a perfect port and a perfect console port, never got a re-release like Virtua Fighter 2 did, is strange to me. Unless Sega lost the source code, and they would probably have to reverse engineer from the godforsaken Dreamcast version, because it did either have to reverse engineer the arcade version of VF3 or the Dreamcast one that people kind of are ambivalent toward, which is probably why it still does not have a port. But anyway, getting a bit ahead of myself here. I'll have to move this. Oh. Let's see here. It's a bit of definition system. Prototype shooting on 80 soy lineup. No, it's not battle damage. Battle damage was... There is no way that Virtua Fighter 1 would be able to have battle damage. It's important to remember that Virtua Fighter 1, as rough as it looks in a modern context, you have to remember that a character model like this was made using cutting-edge, military-grade Lockheed Martin technology, okay? You could not do this at that time period. Not in real time, at least. Alright. So let's move down here. Takeru in a different outfit. Let me cross-reference with... Oh yeah, Takeru, college student, hobby. His hobby is karate. Fucking love these old bios, dude. Okay. Oh. Let's move that back a bit. I want to look back at the Takeru outfits. Yeah, it's this one here in the middle. Okay, so it was hard to, because this is side. Yeah, okay, right. So we got costume 2. But I don't see costume 3 on the preview. That's odd. Costume 2 looking like fucking, I was about to say Rao, but I don't remember if he had the... Yeah, because Rao has the big chest plate, yeah. So I guess this is Kenshiro and this is Rao, I guess. And here's outfit 3. Did he change his hair? Yeah. Completely changed his hair. Looking a bit more Akira-like with the hair. And the outfit, which, you know, Akira in VF2 onwards would basically wear something that's like this, but with a different color scheme. And I'm trying to get a read on his hands. Are his hands bloody? I thought that these were just gloves, but I think his hands might actually just be bloody. Huh. Yeah, because it fades. Because it kind of fades in. So, Alright, so. Now we have Jeff. Not related to Jeffrey McWild, but there is a story there. So. Let me move away from Kazuya for a second here. So. Let's see here. Yes. So now we have prototype Jack here. Right? Right? You see it. Right? I only specified prototype Jack and not Jack 1 because of the hat. It's literally just the hat. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was looking up Billy Idol, and apparently there's an idol group called Billy Idol. Right. Okay, so... Right, because, what's this talking about? Right. So this year's, I think his name is, Jeff Buckin? Jeff something. So that's what it'd be. Just... Hoorah, Jeffrey Buckman. Right? Jeffrey Buckman, Marine. Just hoorah army guy, right? Because, you know, Guile, right? because it's important to remember that a lot of fighting game characters are self-referential, right? You know, Akira, Kazuya, Ryu, Japanese karate man. Although Akira's not karate, but that was meant to be his subversion. Is that, oh no, he looks like a karate guy, but he's actually a Bachikwan guy. But he's designed like a karate guy. Again, because Akira's prototype design was probably Takeru over here, who is a karate guy. So they probably had the idea of putting Takeru. So Takeru probably got close enough to the point where we want to have a karate guy, and then Yu Suzuki got his back blown out by a Shaolin monk, and it's like, no, we're changing him to Bachikwan. Okay, Jeff here. Right, no. Right. So, the influence that Street Fighter 2 had cannot be understated. It is insane how influential that Street Fighter 2 is. And to be fair, Virtua Fighter is also incredibly influential. But while the Street Fighter influence, well, okay, Virtua Fighter's influence is more along the lines of technology, whereas Street Fighter is more influential in terms of pop culture, right? Everybody, I'm pretty sure you can give people. I'm pretty sure you can give any average 35 to 40-year-old person PTSD by sending them. Ah shit, do I have it? I don't have it. I was thinking by sending them the fucking Street Fighter 2 Hadouken sound effect, right? Everybody had to deal with that. Everybody hated it. Right? But everybody around that age just kind of knows what that sound is, right? Pop culture, right? The eight world warriors, right? Shadow, right? And Virtua Fighter is more along the process of technology. The fact that Yu Suzuki managed to somehow take thousands of dollars of military technology and compress it into a, like, what, $200 chip and put it in an arcade machine that sold like fucking crazy. Insane. But right, so there are concepts that Street Fighter 2 kind of codified as fighting game staples, right? Your Japanese protagonist and your Japanese protagonist that is normally a karate guy, or at least wears a dogi, who is black and white. Black and white, maybe a bit of red, because, you know, white and red are the colors of the Japanese flag, right? American rival, who is kind of an asshole, a brash asshole, wears red, you know, your Ken, your Paul, your Jackie, right? British, well, because, you know, punk rock was the 80s punk, British punk rocker, because, you know, 80s punk rock was kind of like a big thing at the time. Well, not at the time, but like slightly after that, right? And then you get American military guy, because, well, a lot of the Americans that the Japanese people would know of are from military bases. So it makes sense that if you're going to have a representative American guy, it would be an army dude, right? Just, you know, a generic concept that you can then personalize, and then using the game itself to personalize later. Chinese girl, Chinese kung fu girl, right? Very easy to understand, but abstract concept. How do you, right? So, Jeff here, just American guy, American military guy. Prototype Jeff, but also kind of Clark Steele, right? Just generic army guy, right? Karate guy, right? So, this guy, I believe, does it say here? Test model, 800 polys, karate gi. Could it be a model for a future Akira? I mean, it is very obvious that Akira, at the very least, this was a prototype model of Akira. Very obviously. The hair, the fucking gi, right? Generic martial arts man. With some slightly ungeneric things like the hair and the scar, right? That weren't not added later. But, you know. I didn't even notice the beard. I didn't even notice the beard when I first saw it. Huh. So it seems that maybe in Virtua Fighter 6 they are going to take elements of this and actually give it to Akira in Virtua Fighter 6. Because he's got the beard. I think it's in the same it might be in the same shape too. But anyway, no, this is very impressive, 800 polys, but again, this is too many polygons to be used in game. So this is more of a just a test to get, just a test model, right? It even says test model, right? Army Fighter here, Jeff again. You were going to be able to knock off his hat because that used to be a thing in Virtua Fighter where you could knock off hats or other kind of. I think it was just hats. I think it was like, I believe, yeah, Virtua Fighter 1, Pi had a hat you could knock off. And you could knock off Kage's mask. And I think that was it. Yeah, basically, if your character wore a thing on their head, you can knock it off in the middle of the fight. And I was people like, yo, look at these graphics. Look at how realistic it is to, like, kick your fucking hat off. Very cool. Right, test model, army dude. Right? And again, I'm willing to bet that this model didn't go through because of the camo. Because, one, this camo pattern does not look good. Even at the time, it doesn't look all that good. But also because it saves up on the poly count. Because I'm sure that for most VF characters, like the legs, you could, like, use 3 of these individual polygons here and just have that be one polygon to, lower the amount of polys that the game would have to render so that the game runs relatively smoothly, right? I can't read this. I don't know if this is for shading or to be the separation of the head and the neck, or he was supposed to have some wicked sideburns. I don't know what this is about. This might be for shading, actually. So yes, Jeff, free, shortened to Jeff for America. USA. I like his Oh, that's what that was. I thought he was wearing a jacket. No, he's wearing suspenders. I forget what this is called. A harness. I forgot he's wearing a harness. 1993, new character. Literally Taka Arashi. Or, Ganryu. Serve that inspiration for it. Let me cross-reference this with Ganryu. Give me a second here. Specifically Ganryu from the first game. That's... Tekken 2. Concept. Wait, was he not in Tekken 1? No, he was in Tekken 1, yeah. So I can't find a Tekken 1 render. So I'll just use the Tekken 2 render here. Process with that. This. And to be fair, there's only so many ways you can differentiate a sumo wrestler. But, you can see it, right? Right. Asymmetry on the foot wraps? That's pretty neat. Again, probably... Now I'm questioning, does Virtua Fighter 1 have anything asymmetrical in its models? I don't think so. Because again, that would... Yeah, because that would increase load on the game. But also, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think so. Virtua Fighter generally doesn't... Never mind, I was about to say they don't fuck around asymmetry, and I remembered Virtua Fighter 4 and onwards, and I remembered how wrong I was, so never mind. Martial arts guy, generic dude here. Very nice 5 o'clock shadow, I dig it. Fighting style is supposed to be Jikundo. Also, acknowledgement that Sarah Bryan's fighting style is Jeet Kune Do instead of generic martial arts. But again, that's a reference to someone who I forgot. Maybe it was Joe Louis. I don't remember. There at some point. Okay, so okay, hold on a second. I have is in these renders. Let me check here. I don't believe so. Let's see here. I don't have it. Okay, let me just look it up here. I'll use that. That'll be good. Actually, maybe this will have it. No, they don't explain it. Okay. So, how the fuck do I find this quote? Was Joe Louis that said it? There is a very specific quote that I'm looking for by a fighter here. No. Okay, I can't find it. I know if there's anyone I know that would know, it's Big Max, but I don't think his website is still up anymore. But okay, so let me just save this. I should have done research beforehand. Okay, let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. Wait, what am I doing? I could just do this. This is so much faster. Do this. This one. Okay, so you see how it's Sarah Bryan's profile here, right? Where characters have associated fighting styles with them. But as you can see here, Sarah Bryan's fighting style is just labeled martial arts. Now, that sounds kind of dumb, and it is kind of is. But the reason why is because there is a very... I can't even say it's a famous quote, because if it was famous, I know who said it. But there was a quote from a very well-known fighter who was had a match in Japan at the time, and he explained that I think and I don't remember the context, but he explained that his fighting style is purely just martial arts, right? It's the basic concept of you take what works and you discard what doesn't, right? But so if it's something that I use in my style, then it's just all martial arts, and that is so it's kind of makes it so it's kind of his way of saying like that all of these different styles are kind of just arbitrary, and that at the end of the day it's all just martial arts, and martial arts is just using what works within the specific rule set that you're given in these in these fights, in these bouts, right? And that kind of mentality of his philosophy of martial arts is kind of reflected. You see that reflected a little bit in Japanese pop culture in terms of fighting games, because you get characters like Sarah Bryant here, or in other Sega games, you get Axel Stone from Streets of Rage, whose fighting style is just quote-unquote martial arts. And that is meant to be a reference to this kind of like prototype MMA, prototype Jeet Kune Do of like hybrid martial arts. Like, my style is whatever I have that works. Or, right? And having, Sarah and Jackie being the two characters that... And I think it's a really neat thing that if you notice, I can get rid of this here. Actually, hold up a second. Get rid of that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get rid of that. I'm going to, hopefully this will work. Hopefully this works. Please work. If I did everything correctly pre-stream, it should work. Did it work? Hell yeah, it worked. I'm not playing the game yet. I just wanted to show off a couple of things here in a very slow but effective way. Sega. So, returning. Oh, it's not showing up here. I think that's only, maybe it's only in command training? Since I don't have to pick a second character for command training, right? Yeah, okay. So, something I do appreciate about Virtua Fighter and its approach to character design, or at least in terms of picking martial arts, you will notice that in terms of what I was talking about, what was I talking about? Right. Sarah Bryant and her quote-unquote martial arts. You will notice that Sarah and Jackie, their fighting styles are both like hybrid fighting styles, right? Where Jikundo, right, is Jikundo, right? Although Jackie's very specific version of Jikundo is like, you know, a little bit of Wing Chun, a little bit of wrestling, and, you know, the movie Jikundo that we all know Bruce Lee for. Whereas Sarah's martial arts, if you look, pay attention to how she moves when she fights, her fighting style is like, you know, mostly Taekwondo, but it's also like Jikundo, Sabat, kickboxing, and wrestling, and a little bit of karate, right? Like general like kicking based martial arts, right? And then we move to the third American character, air quotes American character, which is Vanessa Lewis, whose fighting style is of course Viltudo, literally anything goes, right? However, in Virtua Fighter 4, she also had hybrid martial arts, where she had Viltudo, and she also had Muay Thai. And then later, VF4 Evo came out, and you got Brian Burns here, who does Muay Thai. Except now he just kind of... Although, as the games went on, his fighting style became more of a general kickboxing style than Muay Thai or Muay Barang, I believe it's called. Let me double check. I think it's Muay Barang. Yeah, Muay Boran. Anyway, can we also talk a little bit about how weird these styles are listed, right? So Akira has Hakyoku-ken and not Bachikan, which most people would know it as. Insei-ken and not like I believe her fighting style is crane style kung fu. Koen-ken, I forget what Koen is. Dragon Kung Fu, I believe? It's been so long. Wrestling, right? Pancratium, that's Jeffrey's fighting style, is not Pancratium. It's just... It's... Jeffrey's fighting style is actually just brawling, because Pancratium does have forms and styles, right? But Jeffrey is not that. Funny enough, Maritza isn't even that. Urian is actually quite possibly, if we're talking about Pakraxian as it's depicted in popular culture, I think Urian is actually one of the best examples of it. Right? Hagakure Ryujujutsu. I mean, that one's actually true. Right? Totoken and not Praying Mantis. But Drunken Kung Fu gets to be named that. And not, we don't get Mantis Kung Fu and, right? Akijutsu, Shaolin Kung Fu. Kickboxing and not Muay Thai, but Koken and not Monkey Kung Fu. It's just really weird. But also, karate, but only just karate and not very specifically Kyokushin, which is what Jean is. It's quite odd. Anyway, we're karate on the power bomb. 4 and 5. Vanessa changed a lot between 4 and 2. Vanessa changed a lot between 4 and 5 and Final Showdown. Dude, as the okay. Virtua Fighter 6, even though it might be called Virtua Fighter 6 or New Virtua Fighter when it comes out, that would actually, in terms of how the Virtua Fighter series has progressed over the years, Virtua Fighter 6 would more realistically be like Virtua Fighter 8. Right? Actually 9. Because Virtua Fighter 4, the amount of content that Virtua Fighter 4 adds, the amount of content that Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution adds from Virtua Fighter 4 is the amount of content that will be in a new game. Because what you do in a new Virtua Fighter game is that there are sometimes dramatic system changes, overall system changes, and you add 2 characters. Right? Which is exactly what VF4 Evo did, compared to VF4 Vanilla. VF4 Evolution might as well be a sequel to VF4. And not like an expansion. Like it might as well be VF5 with how much it changed. And then you get VF5, and then you get VF5R, which again is the VF4 Evo of VF5, where major changes to the systems and even major changes to the aesthetic. Like VF4, VF5 Vanilla and VF5 Evo, VF5R do not look the same at all. VF5R is basically a sequel to VF5 Vanilla. Right? And Final Showdown is more of like the expansion balance patch or whatever compared to what 5R was. And Ultimate Showdown, Esports, and Revo is just a balance patch. Anyway, but yes, in terms of content added to the game, VF6 may as well be VF8. Maybe even VF9, depending on how you feel about the difference between Final Showdown and R. Or if you want to count Ultimate Showdown / Revo as its own. Oh, I guess Ultimate Showdown, you could argue whether or not Ultimate Showdown deserves its own entry. But I think Revo does since it's an actual balance patch. But anyway, getting ahead of myself a little bit. Man, I do miss a little... I'll have to double check. Because when I think of VANESSA and VF4, I think of the Muay Thai shit, and I like to cross-reference that with Brad in VF4 Evo and 5, and also K from Goiken Muyo, which is another... That's another topic, and... Because even though they both have Muay Thai, I think Brad's fighting style is most similar to K in Goiken Muyo, and not VANESSA and VF4. But again, and again, I have to remember. I don't remember if VANESSA had her reversals in VF4. I know she had them in VF5, but I don't remember if they were in VF4 or in Final Tune. And I understand why she doesn't have them anymore, because it would kind of make her It would kind of make her busted. But I miss when she had reversals, man. But they did bring back her stance switch strings, so I'm happy about that at least. Let's see. Right. Brawler dude, flat top. Not much to say about this. I mean, this outfit here, the tank and the jeans with the ripped knee and the red sneakers, and this is just Kazuya's 2P outfit from Tekken 1. I mean, the shirt's a different color though, wait. Is it in here? You don't have it, you bitch. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Okay, source, trust me. Okay. Protagonist prototype. Literally, literally martial law from Tekken. I mean, he's wearing black instead of yellow, but like this is Tekken One martial law, straight up. Let's see. Martial law. God, I hope that Tekken 8 adds a DLC for Lene Hart to do the announcing in that game. That's the best to ever do it, seriously. Can I get a front shot? No, it's second to. Okay. Can I? Hmm. Hmm. It, there we go. Oh, I never noticed it's an iron fist on the back there. I never noticed that. The fucking nunchucks, dude. Meh. Right. I don't even have to explain any further. It's just. And then we got. Fuck, what's his name? Oh god, what's his name? I mean, Kenji's his name right here, but I mean, like, there is a very specific movie that this outfit is taken from. The jeans, the tank, the shoes, and I cannot remember it. But there is a very specific movie that this outfit is taken from, and I wish I could remember it. Fuck. Wait, I know what to look up. Wait, oh, is it like Tekken in real life or some shit? Was it? Uh, mm, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I can't find it. Never mind. If I find it, I'll post it somewhere else. I can't find it. Okay. And here we have Wolf, right? As I said before, literally just Kenshiro. Like not even trying to hide it. Oh, let's go with this one. I like this. I like this. I like this. That's cool. Right. And it's something I find kind of fascinating about literally Kenshiro over here is that a lot of Virtua Fighter's roster, I mean, both Tekken and Virtua Fighter's rosters are at the time period were hardly influenced around pop culture, right? But whereas Virtua Fighter ended up having characters that are more focused on martial arts movies, Tekken's roster ended up being more centralized around uh, contemporary anime or manga or just kind of like celebrity, right? Yeah, anime and manga, right? And then Dead or Alive ended up being having characters designed around movies, right? You know, around movies. You know, because you know you get. Let me see here. Hold up here. Hold up here. Back. What? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, Steiner. I mean, I don't need to tell anybody that, Bass Armstrong is literally just Hulk Hogan, but well, Hulk Hogan and Stan Hansen, but like you get fucking. I want specifically Tekken. I want specifically Dead or Alive 3 Ein, but I'm not gonna have it, so I guess we can go with this, right? Hayate. I need to find out. I use this one instead. You get Ein here, right? Looking like it came out of the goddamn Matrix. I really want to. I need to show Ein in DOA 3. That's the one. It's got the long coat and the fucking shades, dude. There's this. That's very. You can kind of see it here, but it's like, dude. The long coat, the shades, dude. Looking like fucking Neo out here. Right? Backcheck on all that shit. Ooh. Right. Kenshiro, right. Even has the like asymmetrical like white and black, the asymmetrical wristbands. That's a good touch. Same hair and everything. All right. Now we get to a bit. And now we got Toshiba, aka Majito, again, added Megamix. And this was an earlier design that I did not recognize. I didn't even know this was him at first. Right? And we got this one that was used in Megamix. Right? I'm gonna call my shot. VANESSA. Virtua Fighter tends to carry the tradition of like just adding 2 characters for every game. Because VF6 is supposed to be this, it's gonna be a time skip, right? We've already covered it's gonna be a time skip. You're gonna have fucking Stella take the place of Sarah, which I hate, by the way. I really hate it when there's a time skip and you introduce a character whose entire concept is a previous character but younger, right? I've always hated that. Like, what's the point? What's the point of making Stella if functionally she is the exact same as Sarah? Fuck you, I want to play as Sarah. I don't care about Stella, right? So it's gonna be one of those things, right? Anyway, I'm gonna call my shot, right? Shiba is relatively obscure, but he was in Megamix, so he existed in a playable state in a game. I'm gonna say that Shiba is going to be reintroduced in VF6. Right? I had an idea in my head of like, because Virtua Fighter is going to be a contemporary fighting game, which means it's going to have all the contemporary bullshit. Got to have season passes and all that shit. So how do you make a season pass for a Virtua Fighter game? You release them by year. Basically, it's like, okay, the roster is going to be majority new people, and some. I'm gonna say it's going to be the Virtua Fighter 1 roster again. Give her with some shuffling around of like, Lau's not going to be there because he's dead. So you need somebody to be your new Lau, right? Yeah, I'll put VF1 cast. I think that's really going to be it. And then we could season pass. Go like, all right, every fighter season pass is going to be 2 characters, and it's going to be the 2 characters from the game. So season pass. Uh, Season Pass 1's going to be Lao. Because even though he's dead, people might want to play him. So here's Lao. Pay for Lao, right? And then Season Pass 2 is going to be Leon and Shun. And 3 is going to be. Fuck. You can see where this is going, right? 3 is going to be Aoi. And actually, I think Aoi might be base roster. Because she's like a really super defensive character. And that's a really good slot to have in a base roster. Like, super evasive defensive character. Whereas Akira is more of like a defensive wall. He's more of a stand your ground kind of character, while Aoi is more of a evasive character, right? Right. So I think I was gonna be a roster, but then you get yes, yeah, season pack 3, Aoi and Takahashi. Season pack 4, VANESSA, Leifei, Brad, and Go. Right? It's that kind of bullshit, right? Because there's no way that I would love it, but let's be real here. There is no way that VF6 is going to come swinging at the gate with the entire roster of Final Showdown. All right, Sega has character usage data. They extensive character usage data. They know which characters people. They know which characters that are popular that people would be willing to pay for, but also not series staples. Right. I think a character like Sean Kujo is going to be DLC, right? Because he's popular, he's really good, he's popular, he's cool, but he's not like a staple character, right? He's popular enough that people will pay for him, but not so popular that people will be mad if he's not part of the base roster, right? Anyway, getting ahead of myself. I think Shiba's going to be in VF6. I'm calling my shot here, right? Especially since every fighting game has an Arabian fighter now. Just as a like it is a new archetype of character, which is the Arabian guy. Not that that's a bad thing, right? It's just a trend that I've noticed that Rashid and Shaheen and Najd all came around at about the same time. What do I know, right? Akira, the final design of Akira, right? The white suit, though. I thought Akira's primary was the black suit, and the white suit was the alternate prototype of Akira. Yeah, yeah, it's right here. Yeah, bottom model. This is the complete one used for 2P, right? Yeah, he's got the frayed, the torn legs, right? It's pretty solid here. Yeah, not that much differences between these two. Pai-chan. Did Pai always have blush? Hmm. Some difference in... Yeah, okay. So okay, so this is alright, so this is earlier than the arcade. Okay. So this is like right before the arcade version. Notice. Lao, literally Tao Pai Pai, right? Look at Tao Pai Pai, Jesus Christ. I'll have to double check. I think you can make a Tao Pai Pai color in VF4. Wolf, right? It's gonna have a necklace and a really shitty ponytail. And a fucking huge jaw, Jesus Christ. Right, and then we get this one where he gets the... I can't tell if this is supposed to be a ponytail or a braid, but this is like almost indistinguishable from the one that we got in VF1. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. So, Jeffrey, this fucking guy. There's a lot to say about Jeffrey. Give me a second here. Okay. Still don't get it playable. Doral is playable in most VF games. The only game where Doral isn't playable is Ultimate Showdown. Ultimate Showdown and Revo are the only games where Doral isn't playable. Doral is playable in Final Showdown. She has a unique moveset in the game. She's actually a stance character in that game. More like on the VANESSA side of things. Because, like, in terms of lore, the reason why VANESSA's look changed drastically from VF4 to VF5 is because she was kidnapped at the end of VF4 and had experiments run on her to make her the new Doral. So VANESSA, as she is a VF5, is actually a prototype Doral. And that gets reflected in Doral's gameplay in VF5, Final Showdown, where she gets two stances. She gets a more defensive stance and a more aggressive stance. And her aggressive stance, she's doing straight up JoJo. She's doing JoJo shit in that game. I'll have to... I believe in order to unlock Doral in Final Showdown, you have to beat her. So... I could probably do that tonight. Yeah, I could do that tonight. But not on stream, I'll do that later. So, Jeffrey McWild, right? Not related to the character Jeffrey Buckin, but also kind of not really. If I... Let me make sure I have this pulled up first. That is not the right person. That is also not the right person. Okay, hold on. There we go. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, yeah. Alright. Yeah, the bitch I'm wild, right? Is it this? This will work. Okay. Alright, so. Jeffrey, VF1, right? Big guy, black guy, big beard, big hair, big legs to do a lot of kicking with. Holy shit. But if you look at his name here, his name is Willie. That's not Jeffrey. What's up with that? What's up with Willie over here? Well, let's see. What's this? If we go back here, Machido Abdul. Takeru, Akira, Tao. Here we go. His original name, as you can see here, was Willie Roberts. Australia, male, fisherman, likes to drink it, right? Now, you might be wondering, why did his name get changed? Well, because Willie Roberts was the real guy. Asked, why did I'm stupid. He's a real guy. A real guy that goes by the name of Willie Williams. Fucking hell pockets over here. Jesus Christ. So, Willie Williams. Black guy, karateka, right? He did karate. Karate, and later on he would do wrestling, right? Which, might explain Jeffrey's fighting style if you pay close attention to how he moves and fights, right? Although in later games he got more of like general brawling style. Early Jeffrey, like a lot of his earlier interpretations, like around from VF1 to VF4, a lot of Jeffrey's fighting style was more based on karate, but kind of like that, like power, like. How to explain this? It's like power karate, where it's more about power than technique, but not like quite Kyokushin. But more like big man, big swing, freestyle karate, right? Did karate and wrestling. And if I want to... Yeah, here we go. Bear Killer Willie Williams. I'm gonna mute this because I don't know if this is... Let's see if I can find it. So... Hey, and there's his fucking... Oh, yeah. And there's his little do-rag. That's... Actually, let me pull that up. Let's see. Jeffrey... Jeffrey Wild VF3. Uh, will he even have? No, okay. Images. Really? Pitwick Wild. Okay, let's see. Jeffrey Wild VF3. What do you mean it's not here? Okay, here maybe? Is it really not here? Wait! Can I get a... Is there a zoom in? Does he lose a fight here? No. Okay, let's see. Can we... That'll have to do it. Take a snapshot of that. And... Okay, get back to this. No, not that one. This one. Well, no, not that one. This one. Play that in the background. Leave that here. Okay, so have that. Where's the directory for my pictures here? This one. No, this one. All right, let me pull this up here. I thought you're supposed to crop. What the hell? Hold on. Dead air. Okay, so Jeffrey Wild is one of the few characters in fighting games that are inspired, shall we say, by a man named Willie Williams, karateka, and later on he would do professional wrestling, right? And he had a nickname around his time because during, I forget if it was an exhibition or a tour or some kind of, I forget the specific context, but there's a very famous video of, where is it? It's either him just showing fights. As you can see, big fucking guy. Absolutely huge. Big guy. Tall guy. Lots of power in those fucking legs, man. But let's see here. Where's the video? Where is it? Oh, he did boxing? Huh. No, that's... Oh, this is shoot fighting, right. Oh, wait, is this where the... Hold up, is this where I'm thinking of? Is that Inoki? Wait a minute. That's Inoki! Okay, hold on. Right, so yeah. Willie Williams, right? He... Very big guy, very powerful. He would overwhelm... Oh, here it is. He would overwhelm his opponents with his size and physique to outrange and outpower people. But here's why people know him. He is the legendary bear killer. Because there is a rumor, whether it's true or not, we don't know, but there's a rumor that the founder of Kyokushin Karate, Masoyama, right, who is, if you know who that is, literally just Ryu. Literally Ryu. Like, everything that you associate with, like, karate guys, like, you know, training in the mountains and, like, meditating under the waterfall and going on these journeys around the world to find out how good your fighting really is. All that shit, that's literally Masayama. That's what he did. Right? He is the he is he is the karate man that would define later generations of karate men in pop culture. Right? And there is a very famous story that Mas Oyama killed a bull with his bare hands. Some say he killed the bull in one punch, but the general idea is like, yeah, this guy is so fucking powerful that he can kill a bull with his bare hands, right? And so, Willie Williams decided that he's going to fight a bear. He's going to record himself fighting a fucking bear. Now, the bear may or may not have been sedated, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, here's a video of him punching a fucking bear. The bear might be sedated, or it might be a guy in a costume. We don't talk about that, but that is a very, very famous video by Willie Williams, right? And he's about to fight fucking Inoki, Jesus. I forgot about this. Is there any more footage of the bear? I know there's multiple videos of it, but I think that's the only one showing up here. Okay, that's the one showing up here. Okay, well, while that's playing, let me crop this real quick. What? Why can't I find a crop button on this fucking thing? Jesus Christ. Hello? Okay, there we go. Do this, and then do this, and then do this, and then do this. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, so let me go back a bit here. Is there a good close-up shot of him coming in? Look at how tall this guy is. Good enough. So, Jeffrey McWild here is designed after Willie Williams to the point that the bandana he's wearing here is also, where is it? Worn by Jeffrey in Virtua Fighter 3. Move that. Move that. Alright. That just... Catch that, see? Even wearing the same fucking bandana. Get rid of that. And, not only that, but some other video game characters, although more niche, some other video game characters that you may or may not be aware of that were also inspired by Willie Williams are, let's see here, he should have it. Yeah, Zazie Mutaba. I think it's Mutaba his name. Yeah, Zazie Muhaba from Karnow's Revenge, aka A Fighter's History. Right? Big guy, big black guy, dreadlocks, freestyle karate, huge fucking legs. Good legs, big legs for big kicks, right? The fucking beard, dude. And this one will get you, Splats. Motherfucking Marco Rodriguez. Do I have a good? I don't have a good. Eh. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's go with this one. Right? So according to Zazzy, but also motherfucking Marco Rodriguez from Marco the Wolves was also designed after Willie Williams. Big black guy, karate guy, associated with bears. That's another thing, by the way. Because of that stunt he pulled with Willie Williams fighting the bear, it also created a second, I don't know if I call it a myth, but it created an association that, like, in Japan, of like just huge black dudes are associated with bears. Right? So, you know, maybe less so with Zazzy, although you could go with this whole like King of the Jungle thing, so maybe there's that. But you know, fucking Marco Rodriguez has a pet bear that he trains with, right? Um, fucking let's see, Yasuke in Neo has a Yasuke, yeah, Yasuke in Neo has like a bear as his guardian animal, and I think he also does karate in that. Why is it? Why is this shit here? Does it? You have to put. Neo, right? And I think he does like a karate fucking kick or something. I forget, but yeah, Yasuke has a bear guardian animal. Like this association with like karate men, but specifically black karate men and bears, is solely because of Willie Williams. To the extent that in Tekken, in early Tekken, Paul's rival was not Kazuya. I mean, that was like in 1 and 2, right? But starting with 2, right? Paul's rival was Kuma. Is literally a fucking bear. That is how far that idea went. How do you top? You get to relive. You get to relive this moment right here of a karate dude fighting a fucking bear in Tekken, right? Man. Anyway, just crazy shit. So what was I talking about? Right. So that's the story. That's the story of Willie. That's the story of Jeffrey McWild, aka Willie Williams, right? AKA Willie Roberts, right? Kagemaru, I don't have a lot to say about him other than just ninja guy. It doesn't have a direct Tekken analog. Because Tekken's ninjas are Yoshimitsu and Kunimitsu. And then later, right, the Ravens. Oh, his name was Yagyu, that's neat. And how do we get to the fun stuff? Sarah Bryant, right? So, you might have heard me mention this before, Splats, but I did mention that, you know, when I showed you that concept art for Sarah and showed you how it is literally just Anna Williams, right? Although Sarah in general was also just kind of Mina Williams, right? And then her concept design was later reused for Anna Williams. Oh, that's her ponytail, that's cute. Sada? Oh, it's not here yet. Oh, it's not here. That comes later. Hold up. I know it's here. Wait a minute. No. Here we go. Here it is. So, you might have... Oh, I'm gonna use this one. Because let's see here. Go back to TFG. Let's see. So there's Anna. Sarah. So you might have remembered, I think it's under, it's under artwork, right? Is it artwork? Is it not? Where did I find this? Well, whatever. I remember showing you on TFG a while ago about how, yeah, this one. About how early Sarah concept art, specifically, not that, specifically, this is just Anna Williams, right? the right, the bustier, the stockings, the heels, right? Like there are some. It's not exactly the same, right? But you can see it. You can see the influence, right? So what if I now imagine my shock when I just scroll up and I see literally Anna Williams, same colors and everything, just straight up. Because this, because now looking at this, I'm assuming this was meant to be like 1P color, 2P color, but this dude literally is Anna Williams. Like you can't deny that anymore. It's exactly the same. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so now I move back up a bit. Just something fun that I saw. We got Sarah here with her A-cut bob. I'm so glad they got rid of that. Green eyes too. Tiny ponytail here. So we got Jackie, right? Although in this one he's wearing black instead of his red. And he's got the taped hands, right? And he's got a padded helmet here, so he actually was taken from this guy here up top. I do miss Jackie's hair in the early VF games where it's kind of more Super Saiyan-y and not quite Billy Idol-y, right? But it's fine. Just a minor preference, right? Jackie, and then we got Doral. Significantly more polygons than implement in the game. Yeah, you can tell. Duralman. Right. Yeah, Duralman. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I think that's her. Definitely a prototype name, but I do remember that I think there was a song in VF2 that was called Duralman. And I was like, what's all that about, huh? So I guess maybe internally she was still called Duralman, or maybe Duralman means something more than what I thought. Character set here, right? Promotional renders here, right? With Majito here, Shiba front and center, right? And not Akira. 6 characters, so it's got Laupai, Kage, Wolf, Jeffrey, and Shiba. So I guess Shiba really was supposed to be the big face of VF before Yu Suzuki got his shit blown up. So Jackie and Sarah, this does say that Jackie and Sarah were added later, right? Because I'm assuming this is the final render, right? And this is an early render with some good old Photoshop to smooth out those rough polygons. This render looks like Tekken 1. Right? Like when I think of how Tekken 1 and like Tekken 1's promotional renders, when I look in my mind about what they look like, it looks like this. Right? Am I nuts? Right. Hold up. Yeah. No, yeah. Like almost like there's something about the way that the character, the model is lit. It's like it looks like a sculpt, like a sculpture, like a clay sculpt, right? But like in a cool kind of way, right? Final render here, a lot more honest about his poly count. Although I think these are still more polys than the actual in-game models. Not too much, but right here we go. Lock tests, high poly renders. Sarah and Jackie here, both wearing black. Oh, yeah. And then you get smoothed over here, add a couple details like hand wraps and painted nails. Extra shiny on those fucking suits. Kind of sad that Jackie doesn't have this kind of singlet outfit anymore. I kind of liked VF1, VF2 where Sarah and Jackie kind of wore the same thing but in opposing colors. So I always thought that was neat. Concept arts here. Not too much to say, like, prototype pie here. And I see that the hat was very early on in development. But that's also probably just to flex the tech at the time, right? Literally Anna Williams, right? Fucking Joe Higashi over here. Liz, I now I have to now I have to know, right? Like, what I can't look at this guy and not think of Joe Higashi. Fucking although the hair is a bit more Ashita no Joe. Ashita no Joe Higashi over here too. It's crazy. Like, I wonder if SNK saw this and they changed Joe's design to more reflect this piece of art. Because let's see, let's see, because in, hold on. There we go. Characters. Because here's the thing, right? In Fatal Fury 2, and like, does he not have Fatal Fury 2? Fatal Fury 1, what's 94 look like? Nah, that's already too late. Real Belt, too late. No. I mean, there's this, but that's not what I want. I want very specifically, like, Fatal Fury 1. That looks cool, though. Does he not have one? That looks cool, though. This will work. Because as you see, like, in Fatal Fury, like, 1. Like, yeah, Joe's hair is spiky, but not in this. But it's, like, normal looking, right? Right? And then you get... What is that? But then you get this, right? Where the hair is, like, really long and up. And, like, pointed up. So now I'm wondering if SNK saw that and then later changed Joe's design to further reflect that. Because even in the which one is this one, right? Yeah, here's the FF1 sprite art, but yeah. The color scheme is the exact same. Like, it's the color scheme and the wristbands and they're all basically the same. The yellow and orange, the hair, the tape. So I'm wondering, and like, source my ass, right? I can't confirm or deny this because I don't know, but if I had to take a guess, I would think so. Like, that as Joe became a more and more exaggerated character, that they reflected on the artwork here. And changed Joe's design to further reflect this. Doesn't have the sick sideburns though. That's it. Joe Higashi should have some sick ass sideburns. Now you got Joe in boots. Yeah, more. Now we got Joe as more of a boxer type. So this is like kickboxer, and I guess this is like normal boxer, right? Got the boxing boots. Fucking McDonald's shorts over here, right? And we got a mid boss bouncer man. Probably works at a bar or some kind of low level mob enforcer. Doesn't look too bad, but this is far above what Virtua Fighter 1 was capable of doing. But, you know. More sumo guy. Tossing the salt, I believe. Flats, shading. I'm trying to think if this looks more or less of Ganryu than the original model here. I think it looks less. Alright. Shaolin Monk, right? We would later get Lei Fei, but this is now. But this is not that. Get Monk guy, and we get I forget what it was, but like this very specific kind of like wandering, like kind of homeless monk. I forget what it's called in Japan, but there's a specific term for it. He looks cool. I wouldn't mind another monk in VF. Well, that's one of the things I don't quite like about. Uh, I would argue I don't like about Japanese fighting games in general is that they always is that unless it's like the main character and the main character's archetype of fighting, there generally only tends to be like one representative of the martial art. Unless you can get like really hard branch offs like power like strong style wrestling and lucha libre wrestling, right? There you get those kinds of distinctions. So you get, well, that's really the big one, right? But it's like I would love for like, oh, Tekken gets multiple characters that use Bajiko, right? But I would love like if Virtua Fighter or more fighting games just have more characters use a similar style, but those characters aren't clones. Because, there's more than one way to use the style, right? It's just... Or in, like, Soul Calibur, there's more than one way to use, I wish there was, like, I don't want to talk about Soul Calibur all that much, but, like, I wish there was, like, a scimitar, or, like, a mace, or even, like, inaccurate... inaccurately sized Zweihander, or an axe wielder that isn't Astaroth, and uses axe more like in a Hema way. Right? I think that'd be neat, but, getting ahead of myself, right? Not really important. Here we have Birdie. Just straight up Birdie from Street Fighter 1. Right? Again, this is probably meant to be more of like a UK street punk, because again, punk fashion was it was nearing its end around this time, but it was still very it's still in the public conscience, British the British punk scene when it hit mainstream, right? Scimitar, oh yeah, there's Sinclair. I meant in more like what I meant in more specifically like Soul Calibur, right? Because Soul Calibur is like a weapon-based fighter, or like Samurai Showdown, right? But I understand that Samurai Showdown is more focused on specifically Japanese weapons and Japanese folklore, so I'm fine with that. Even though I do like almost every single new character that was introduced in Samurai Showdown Sin, I've come to terms with the fact that they will never show up again ever. Even though some of them really should come back. But it's getting ahead of myself, right? But yes. Yes, but there is Sinclair, yes, in Art of Fighting 3. Because I think scimitars are cool. So, so Birdie. We got early. We got an early sketch of Lao Chan, looking exactly the same as he always does. So he knocked that one out of the park immediately. And now we get just really cool shit. We get human Doral. We get to know what Doral looks like before becoming the T-1000. Not T-1000. What's the T? Which one was the female one? The T2? Wait, which one was? Wait, hold on. What was it? The Terminator T. What was the female one called? Fuck. Oh fuck. Which one was it? Terminator. Uh, Female? Question mark. Who's the female Terminator? Terminator? Yeah, that one. TX. The Terminatrix. Oh Jesus. Okay, sure. Yeah, we get to see what Doral looked like before she became the Terminatrix. And it's like, man, that would have been a neat character. You get more. You get concept imagery of Jeff looking even more guile with his flat top and his United States flag on his shirt. The hat and shades that you were supposedly be able to knock off, right? Literally just Lee Chaolon. Not fuck me, not Lee Chaolon. Martial law. I'm tired. I'm getting my names mixed up. Literally martial law. Right? Classic tracksuit look. But I'm being a little bit facetious, right? But like, you can see it. And you get Takeshi, whose name is written in English for some reason. Takeshi. Something. So I'm guessing this is in between the final version with the red hair and the literally Kenshiro that was in earlier design. So I guess this is a. I don't know. I wish that these were dated so that I could construct a timeline of these characters. Monochrome concept art, right? This is the. Is it this one? Yeah, literally Tina Armstrong, right? I'm guessing this is all the same character, right? I do kind of wish some of these designs would be used for outfits in later games. I wonder if BF6 is gonna have his character dress up mode. I assume it would be if it wants to compete against Tekken. I'm assuming it would be, but like, I kind of hope that if BF6 does have a dress up mode, it doesn't go the way that Tekken did, where you just get a bunch of generic items that look like shit. Because this is a Sega game we're talking about. Sega. I feel like Sega would be willing to bet their entire company on making BF6 a success, right? It would be a very stupid move, but in that in that mindset, it also would be a very Sega move to do. But I do hope that the dress up mode is character locked in VF6. I also hope that it. I think the perfect implementation of a dress up mode for a Virtua Fighter would be Tekken 6. Tekken 6 got it right. They took the formula that Virtua Fighter created and they perfected it with Tekken 6. And I hope it takes more for Tekken 6 than Tekken 8, right? In terms of its character creation. Uh, More early concept art of Sarah. Or hell, maybe this would just be supposed to be a new character entirely. I don't know, but I see this and I just think of Sarah because I think of Anna, who was also based off of Sarah. So who knows, right? Yeah, it had to have been Sarah because here you get this is just Sarah right here, and they're right next to each other. So yeah, this had to have been the same character. Laying out block. What is this? Yeah, because with these little blocks here, I'm assuming that this is after finding out just how what they had to work with. So like, okay, so this block is what the character's gonna look like. How do we design an outfit that looks good with these blocks in mind, right? So that's why you get the. Although it's a two-piece now, in VF1 and 2, I'm pretty sure it was a one-piece singlet. Early art of Wolf and Kage. I wonder if Wolf was supposed to use that axe at any point, or if it's just there for aesthetics. It's probably there simply for aesthetics. To that have a cool looking render, but Kage here has a sword, so maybe. And Shiba in Mega's Mix has a sword, and apparently he was supposed to have a sword in VF1, and I think that's part of the reason why he was taken out. So who knows? Maybe some characters were just supposed to have weapons. Sarah, Aerobics, Sarah, and Boxer Man. Boxer Man looks kind of cool, honestly. I like that kind of pensive face that he has. The earlier characters again, but drawn just to be more blocky. Holy shit! What the fuck is that hair, bro? The triple mohawk. I'm kind of digging it. I'm not gonna lie. I like the contrast on these drawings. These are really nice. Also, big fan of hat shading. Absolutely love hat shading. Bro, where's your arm? Your arm just disappeared. Yeah, can't fault him. I do that. Right? Some more concept characters. Chinese kung fu guy, street brawler guy. This I feel like I've seen this pose on in Epo. This feels like Epo to me. I source my ass, but it's just like something about the legs and the way he's hunched forward and the arm. It just makes me think of Epo. Not Epo the character, but like the way the characters are drawn in a fighting stance in that manga. I need to read Epo. It's been so long. Wolf with an actual wolf with a wolf on his head and claws and shit. What? Going more hunter on this one, or maybe this isn't wolf. I don't know. Is that a fox? No, that should be a wolf, right? Or maybe this was Wolf. This is prototype Wolf, and then he became that, and then he became the Wolf that we know. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense why. Well, because the tail, the wolf tail, would be would become his normal hair. Okay, yeah, I see it. Brawler guy, probably American. This guy, hairy guy, can't quite get a beat on how he would play. Maybe a wrestler, maybe a Zangief type. He's got the hair for it. Who knows? Uh, Mad fucking Kenshiro villain, Kenshiro jobber, and well, military jobber and Kenshiro jobber. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nina wears this exact costume in Tekken 2. The fucking camo suit. Uh, Heihachi. I'm being a bit facetious, but Master Fighter type, you can see it. Crazy biker type. I know I have seen this character before. I know for a fucking fact I have seen this character. That face, that scar, that I cannot place, but I know I've seen it. I know it's not Heihachi, but I just can't think. It's like the fucking hair, dude. The big fucking mustache, dude. It's gonna haunt me until I know what this crazy biker type is. I know that I've seen him before. That I recognize that face and that hair. It's gonna annoy me. I mean, he also does look like a fucking Kenshiro jobber, but that's not what I mean. Uh, Assassin type, old guy, long hair. I almost said Jubei because this one has the fucking mustache, the hair and the mustache, but that's not Jubei. Uh, Lee from fucking Lee from Street Fighter One, right? What do we got here? Drunken Master guy, not Shundi, but I guess this is a concept that they created here that will later become Shundi. But you can see he's got the jug, the jug that I forget the name of. I know there's a specific name for that. And here is, I don't know if this is the same guy. He's got a quite a snazzy looking vest here. Maybe it's the same guy. Maybe it's not. Kind of hard to tell because they look. I'm going to assume they're different characters because I think this is a bit too much for alternate costumes at the time period in which they were making this. This guy looks like Ranma. No, not Ranma. Kind of Ranma, but like almost thinking of like wait, am I thinking of Ranma? Like the hair and the bandana and the Chinese top, the kung fu top. Also, literally King, just straight up King, King. The fucking jaguar mask. Or is that a leopard? Is that a jaguar? Or is that a leopard? But literally just King. Seiichi Ishii. I wish we knew who designed these characters. Because, like, I could pin all this on Seiichi Ishii. And then it would be as fun and convenient as it would be to label all this on Seiichi Ishii. But this is literally just King. Ugh, I'm pulling it up. Can I get a Tekken 1? Can I get a Tekken 1? No. Alright. Well, fuck it. We'll go with Tekken. We'll go with this. Go with this. Tekken Mobile. Whatever. Tekken Mobile. Right? And then look at this fucking guy on the right. Literally just king. Not even Tiger Mask. Just king. Or what will become king, right? I I wonder, I hope someone translates this. I mean, I'm sure these will be names or uh fighting styles or personality type to use as a springboard for other ideas, but like I want names. I want I want names of I want the names of the designers of this stuff. Oh, man. Poster, Rich Fighter text. Realistic 3D fighting action, king of the world. I don't remember this post. Image created used to be in posters displayed in game centers. Using hand drawn instead of CG render. That explains quite a lot. I quite like how this looks, honestly. There's something about how the blocky, low poly nature of the characters being drawn that I quite like. New Year's cards. They look exactly the same. I wish you a happy new year. Akira and Kage. 1994. Image created for a New Year's card. They look the same. Am I missing something? No, I think they're the same. Alright. More New Year's cards. Jackie and Sarah here. I'm guessing Jackie is gonna tie up her sister's hair or something? I don't know. It's weird looking at Sarah with like her hair down this early. Huh. One of the remaining story setting materials, you can see details of Red Scorpion. I'm assuming this is J6, prototype J6. I can't read this shit. And here is Takeru again. I'm guessing Takeru was the leader of, I almost said J6 of the Red Scorpion, right? No, I'm wondering, like, I were these three different characters, or was it just? I just assumed that it was like one character with three outfits, but it might have been three different characters. Hmm. Relationship chart, or wait, why? Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I'm guessing this is okay. So these are three characters. It's just straight up three different characters. So this is probably I was about to say, or maybe it's not a relationship chart. Maybe it's like a organization thing. So like the big boss of the Red Scorpion, and then his underling, and then that guy's two underlings that are also his brothers. Maybe there's probably some animosity here between the two, right? And one of these is directly related to Doral, and then some here, somewhere, Wolf Gear gets involved. There's Jeff Buckland, Sarah here, who was, as we know, was brainwashed by J6. So I guess they kept that story beat there for Sarah. But then we get to Shiba here, and he has red eyes. So he was maybe also brainwashed? And it'll be like a thing like, oh yeah, you beat Shiba's like, oh, what have I done? And he becomes a hero character for the next game or something? Huh. I should have ran the sewer translator before I did all this. Bonus stages. Different bonus stages were considered during the pre-production of the game. The Jackie one starts at the end of virtual racing. Oh yeah, yeah. You just fight in one of the virtual racing levels. Jeffert, by the way, Sarah and Jeffert. I don't know if Red Scorpion's gonna play a role in VF6. I mean, they might use it to flesh out the J6 because we don't really know much about the J6 other than Illuminati, shadowy Illuminati, uh, put rig Jackie's car to make it crash for some reason. We don't know why they did that. Kidnapped his sister, kidnapped Sarah, brainwashed her, trained killers for something. Like, it's very odd. I don't know. Ah, fuck. Okay, I thought I had something crawl on me. Never mind. Yeah, so Jeff and Sarah fighting in Speedway, and now we got I I don't know what this is. Like, I guess it's to be like, oh yeah, oh no, the tournament's done. Oh, here are the winners of the arcade ladder. Then all of a sudden, someone bursts in and you gotta fight him. Like he's coming in after Terry wins the KO. After Terry wins the KOF tournament, it's like, no, you fight me, you piece of shit. Jeffert and Jack A, Jack E, Jack A, and a VR hat. Oh, virtual racing, right? I was like, what? Why does it say VR? Virtual racing, right? And now we get to the fun stuff. Uh, Jeffrey, spelled correctly this time. Well, correctly as it would be with the President series, as in it's missing a second E. But, whatever. Jeffrey fighting Jaws. Not the Satan shark, not the devil shark, Jaws. The name of the shark, you fight the shark and its name is Jaws. And this, by the way, is also a... Hold on, let me pull it. Stop that. Let's see. Which also would be referenced in another game, which is Fighting Layer. Fighting Layer sub boss? No. Let's try Fighting Layer playthrough. Block. Let's start that playthrough. I don't care if it's all characters, right?
It's time to find your fighter.
Okay.
Exodus.
You're damn right it did. I mean, to be fair, fighting an animal is something that, fighting animals in fighting games is like, it happened in some games, right? Right, right. In, right. in Fighter History Dynamite, you can fight a fucking ox in the game. I mean, this is a cheat to play as ox, but there's a secret boss where you fight a fucking ox. Right? Right? Remember as I mentioned earlier, right? There was that legend that Masaoyama killed an ox with his bare hands. Right? Battle K Road, right? The final boss of Battle K Road. The final boss. The final boss of Battle K Road is a goddamn bear. Presented with no context and no warning. Just here's a fucking bear. Mr. Bear. Right? Kuma in Tekken. Right? Chick. Man, Battle K Road is so... It's so mid, but I like it. I like it a lot. I wish you could play as the bear. Okay, there was another one, but I'm blanking on what it was. But no, fighting animals in your fighting game was not unknown at the time, right? What am I thinking of? What am I thinking? Right, fighting layer. However... Wait, hold on. Hold on, does he run around? Damn it, he doesn't. If Mr. Bear wins around, he toots a little trumpet, it's very... it's very funny. Okay. So, fighting layer. Exodus!
Are you right? Are you ready? Go!
God, the announcer in this game is so fucking good. Like, one of my top favorites.
It's time to find your fighters!
So here's the arcade ladder, right? Depending on how well you do, you get through these different stages. But, is it here? Is it in this one? That's too far.
Are you ready?
Oh, it's a tiger. You can fight a tiger. In this one. But that's not what I want. Let's try this. Let's see. No, that's not it.
It's time to find your fighter! Seishu Tsugikage!
Yeah, here we go. The Sizu. One of the mini bosses in Fighting Layer is a goddamn shark.
Are you right? Are you ready? Go!
And to my knowledge, this is the only fighting game where you can fight a fucking shark, so... I guess you could say that it was stolen from Virtua Fighter, but, you know, who knows? It's a mystery. Janice, I am convinced that the reason why Fighting EX Layer doesn't have the cast from the first game is because those characters are owned by Namco. Because Fighting Layer 1 was published by Namco. And for the fucking system... I believe this is the system... This might be the system 12? Either the 12 or the... Let's see, Namco... Let's see. Namco... No, let me just check Fighting Layer.
Are you right? Are you ready?
Fighting Layer Arcade. What is this developed for? Yeah, System 12. Right. Yeah. The System 12, which is based on the PS1, but was more powerful than the PS1. But, you know. Arika probably saw it more fitting to focus on Street Fighter EX after this. Which, you know, fair. It has the brand of Street Fighter attached to it. But, God, I wish this got a home port. This game is so cool. Yeah, Armagon is a shark man, but he's not a literal shark that you fight underwater.
Are you right? Are you ready?
Or was it, no, was it Armagon's a shark, but he has like, he's attached to an exoskeleton or some shit? I forget, I don't know my TMNT lore. But he is a shark man, yes. But yes, bonus stage. Jeffrey fighting the Satan Shark, also known as Jaws, also known as the Devil Shark. Also, the Devil Shark, this may or may not be a robot created by J6. We don't know. We know that in one of the games, I believe it's Virtua Fighter 4, Jeffrey infiltrates J6 and just finds the Satan Shark there. And whether or not it's supposed to be an experiment or a robot or some kind of, or maybe it was like, yeah, it's like psychic powers or some shit, like something. Something's going on with the Satan Shark. And that was a thing. Oh god, he's gonna fucking body slam the shark. Virtua Fighter S with an plural Virtua Fighters. SIG presents 1993. One play will continue. 200 yen. And that's it. That's all of the VF1 stuff. Again, I do hope that for VF6 that it's something like this before the later games for like 2 through 5. Because I love looking at stuff like this. I also hope that Sega manages to find a way to reverse engineer Virtua Fighter 3 and Final Tuned and R. Like, for a series that Sega claims to love and respect so much, they sure do a shitty job of making sure that people can play it. It's quite weird. Like, it is so baffling to me that, like, Virtua Fighter 2 got a perfect, pristine, perfect arcade port for 360 and PS3. But you're not good. But Sega isn't going to put that on Steam. Instead, we have to deal with the fucking Genesis port of VF2. And the Genesis port of VF2 is a neat novelty, but it's not what people want when they think of VF2. Right? Sonic the Fighters, right? Rebuild Sonic the Fighters. I don't know if it was I don't remember if it was re-engineered, but it's like, yeah, it's Sonic the Fighters, but yeah, that model of Honey the Cat that was hidden in the game files, yeah, just made that a real character. Exclusive to this port. Not for PC. It's strange. Granted, Japanese developers are opening up to having their games on PC nowadays, so hopefully this is something that will be remedied in the future. Hopefully, if Virtua Fighter does well. Actually, how good is Virtua Fighter doing right now? Now, let's see. Not Steam. Steam charts. What's Virtua Fighter? Who's Virtua Fighter, right? What's 1,025 peak, also? You know what? That ain't bad. A paltry 1,000? and they're all playing, you know, for a port of a what 4-year-old game that is a port of a 15-year-old game, that ain't bad. A downscale port at that. I mean, yeah, upscale in terms of resolution, but like, you know, less content, so less fat to chew on. But I think that's all right. That's pretty good. But we'll see how that shapes up later. Dude, this version of Dora looks like a fucking statue, dude. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Whoop.
Power bomb.
Oh yeah, right. When you KO'd a person with a specific move, the announcer would say the name of the move. I forgot about that. That's pretty cool.
DDT.
Did Wolf have a DDT in VF1? I mean, I guess so if it's there.
Power slam.
Shower kick?
Shower kick.
PPPK.
Punch, 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 kick.
Alright.
Punch, punch, kick.
Alright.
Punchy, punchy, punch.
I should save this stuff. Unused dialogue by announced around the game's code. I mean, VF5 does have play-by-play. So... Actually... Minimize this real quick. Soul butt. Yeah, soul butt. Like a... So, soul butt, to my knowledge, is a mistranslation of a savat, like a savat kick, and it just kind of got translated into soul butt, and just kind of stuck. Even modern games will call it. If I remember, it went from savat to sobat to soul butt. I think that's how it went. Yeah. Because it's supposed to reference a savat kick, which is a very specific kind of kick that apparently is unique to savat as a fighting style. God. I like Jean in Virtua Fighter. I think Jean's cool, but god damn it, I would have loved a savat fighter. I would love this savat fighter. Funny thing is, you probably wouldn't even have to change that much, because a lot of what modern karate is kind of taken from savat anyway, so you wouldn't have to change too much, probably. But I do hope that Virtua Fighter. So far I do like the styles that were chosen in Virtua Fighter so far, but I do hope that one, an authentic Pakretian style would be chosen. Two, Savat would be really neat. Shalat, Pinkat Shalat, that'd be neat. Muay Thai. I hope Brad Burns goes more into Muay Thai. Like, Brad Burns, compared to in Brad Burns in 5, compared to how he is in Vanilla 5, I should say, is a lot more Muay Thai than he is kickboxing. He's always had a little bit of both, right? But the way he fights in the modern games is more kickboxing than it is Muay Thai. A lot more elbows, a lot more focus on his clinches and his knees. I think it looks cool. I mean, Final Showdown, for what it did, basically it cut out a lot of the fat in character move lists because people get intimidated by move lists of like 200 moves like they were in Tekken. Personally, I like having a lot of moves. I think it's fun because then you get to, because instead of separating moves as good or bad, I get to like, well, I like this move, I want to use it, right? And you find out ways of how to use moves, and sometimes the moves are good, sometimes they're not. But sometimes I just like doing cool moves, right? Actually, I could actually show this off a little bit. Let me boot up VF version D. Oh, yeah. So if I did my thing correctly, then this should hook. Yeah, nice. Not nice. There we go. Are you getting sound? It doesn't seem that way. Hold on. Let's try this again. Alright, you got sound now. I love how cheap this intro is. Oh yeah, Jackie does the fucking the Jotaro, the point. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I think Go also does the repose in this one too. And she slips and falls on her name. Boop! Right? Yeah, he does the Uri! I forgot about that. Oh god, the nostalgia on this, dude. Yeah, and Late Bay does the power up because he's got the outfit. Ah, the memories of this dude. I'll see you around. I'll see you around, Splats. TV. I mean, I guess I could talk about the game some other time, but I just want to play a couple of matches in the exhibition theater. Presented with no context. I'm assuming that these are recordings of tournament matches at some kind of location test or pulled from the arcade game, but like they're just here and they have fucking commentary. Eat your heart out, Street Fighter 6.
Let's see how many seconds you'll last. Are you ready for this?
Fight one. Ready?
Look at how different this game looks, dude. And the animations are all janky and mocap too. Oh man. And the ground movement is so fast too. You don't see it that much in these matches because in VF games are played in like pissing distance, so you don't get to appreciate the movement and how fast characters actually walk around in this game. But It's a little, just another thing that I
Your
miss
impression so
about
far?
The
this
first
version of
player
VF.
is defending well and has kept themselves out of trouble.
Ready?
You
Go!
don't want to get overconfident. They may want to see what their opponent does.
Yes, that's true. Nearly maximum damage. That's awesome. Reversal.
That's great.
And it's in. Set count 1-1. Akira takes a round to even the score.
It's not over yet.
3. Ready? Go! The third round starts. What will happen next? Reversal.
Wow.
Sweet pain. Oh, reversal.
Getting exciting now.
Yoshi-san, then. It's in! Set count 1-2. Akira probably feels good about this match. 4.
Will they continue to pull away?
The fourth round starts. Raymond Chochu. And now a throw. Attacking as they get up. Evade! Again! Rock! Yucko! Trying a throw. Can't get away.
What?
Set count 2.
How did that hit? Wait a minute.
Sarah is likely happy about this match.
The next
Tetsuo?
round is the last
Huh.
one.
Ready? Go! The fifth round starts. Moving away. Raymond Chochu! Yakuho! Yo-ho! And it's a hit.
They've got momentum.
Whoa! Trying a throw. Sweet pain.
I wonder if this is Ikebukuro Sora.
Raymond Chochu!
I wonder if someone knows where these exhibitions came from.
Health is almost gone.
Oh,
Evaded! Sarah! In trouble! They're going for a throw! It's over! Wow, that was an exciting fight.
Hats off to both players.
Sarah
Know
emerges
your limits
victorious.
next time.
oh, it just keeps going. Alright. I'll watch the premiere and then I'll close this out.
Player 1.
Actually,
Fight 1. Ready? Go!
I'm not gonna watch the premiere. I'm gonna watch a Lay Mirror instead, because I really like Lay's stage in this game. The stages are different from Final Showdown. There's not a taco in this stage, it's just a square, but it's like a square high up in the Shaolin mountain tops. And you get like,
Player 2.
oh, it looks so cool.
Lei Fei.
Oh, I don't have sound?
Player 1. Lei Fei.
I don't have in-game
Let's see
audio.
what happens.
Oh shit.
This is very exciting.
Emulation issue, please
first round
understand. I don't know why,
Evade, then.
but I did have this problem a couple times before when I tried to play this game. But I love this stage, dude.
Potential. Nikikia. What will happen next?
I also love the announcers. If I can get this to happen consistently,
Is really
I should make a
stepping up the
soundboard of the announcers in this game. They are so fun to
throw
listen to.
misses. Trying a throw.
It's bad, but it's like the fun kind of bad.
1-0.
The charming
Loses
kind of
the
bad.
first round, but it's far
The
from
charming, like,
This next part.
Japanese dialogue transliterated into English. And headed by a director that does not speak English. You know, the classic RE Resident Evil voice acting. But it's like, I miss that. Because, like, yeah, it's bad, but it's memorable and it's fun, right? Compared to English voice acting now, where it's like, it's better, but it's just kind of boring and mid. I'd rather have something that's fun and bad than something that's better but mid. But, yeah, I'm closing it out. So that's me going through these classic designs. I'm actually going to play VF tomorrow. And I could showcase in better detail the differences between VF5 and VF5 Final Showdown. And VF5 Ultimate, VF5 Revo, my bad. And hopefully, hopefully I might be able to get my emulation of VF5R working as well. Because I'm interested to see what changes R had, because that's the version we never got. So there's like an entire game missing It's like Final Tune, right? Because we don't have Final Tuned, we don't get to see the growth in. I mean, we have it now technically because 5K2. But what I mean is that because we didn't have Final Tune when it came out. There's a bit of context lacking as to how characters changed from game to game, and that's one of my favorite things about fighting games, or how characters change over time. Right? Again, it's why I like KOF, vintage KOF so much, because characters changed sometimes drastically every year. And sometimes you get a version of the character that will really click with you, and then sometimes you get mad and taken away. I really like Robert Robert Garcia as a charge character. I don't like that he's just a standard Shoto now, but it's just one of those things, right? But yeah, I'm heading out. And remember, time is the only currency that you cannot refund, so if you spent your time here, thank you, dearly. I need to have a continue screen. Continue? An exiting screen. I don't have one. I guess I could just reuse this, huh? Just get rid of the loading text, right? Bam. But now it looks all sad and empty. Should I play the end this up with? I'm gonna play a little ditty from VF3. I'm gonna play it out. Oh, I know. I'm gonna play the menu theme from VF4. I love that. It's just nice and ambient. It's very nice. Very soothing. Yeah.